Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. Today we're going to be doing a video I'm going to call Peterbilt Knife Guy's Top 5 Choppers. Now, before everybody gets in the comments, starts clicking away, these are my top 5 choppers, as in these are the ones I own. There are knives out there that chop better than these, so let's just get this out of the way. I don't need the comments, "Ooh, this knife, ooh, that knife." I don't have that knife. I have these knives, and these are my top 5. First off, though, no top 5 is anything without a couple runners up, and these ones just didn't make the cut. I've had them for a while. I've chopped with all of them except for one I don't have too much time on, but it's easy to tell, and plus you can just watch other videos too. You know, a lot of people do knife comparisons and stuff like that. But anyways, is the Ontario SP5 survival buoy. Now, you would think for being a 1/4 inch thick, and shit, it was almost 10 inches long when I got it. It's about 9.5 now, because I messed with it. I don't even see it actually. I'm not 100% positive. About 9 3/4. You would think this thing would chop good, and it chops. Don't get me wrong, but it gets out chopped by the rest of these, and unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I don't know if it's blade geometry. It's definitely not sharpness, because they are all very sharp. But weight, blade geometry, who knows? This is up there, but it's not the winning one. Next, be another one that people be kind of shocked about too, and this one actually surprised me a lot actually, is the Ontario SP10 Raider buoy. This thing, I don't know what it is. It's the grind, the weight, something about it. It just does not chop as good as these other ones. Now, it will bruise its way through, you know, it'll just abuse its way through and chop, but I mean, when it comes to efficient chopping, this is just not the one. And I'm just thinking maybe because of this low saber grind, I'm not positive, but it just wants to get wedged in there and almost wants to just hit and bounce. And if you don't believe me, go watch some other video comparison side by side between this and some of these knives that I'm about to show you. But yeah, those are the top 2 that didn't make it. If I had 2 less knives, they probably would have been on the list. All right, number 4, or sorry, number 5 actually. 5 on the way up to number 1. Is one that I haven't had very long, but you guys have seen a lot recently, is this guy. Now, this is not my favorite knife. I'm not even a huge fan of it. It's kind of ugly. I refused to buy this for the longest time, but you know, results do speak. And you know, from watching other videos, there's comparisons of this knife versus this knife, and you know, and all these other ones, you know, this versus Trail Masters. It's up there, but it's not the best one that I own. It's a decent chopper for what it is. There is number 5. Number 4, everybody knows this knife, especially if you've been on my channel for any period of time. The the Cold Steel Trail Master. This one happens to be the 3V Trail Master that it looks like I chipped again. I need to re-edge this one. But these things, just all Trail Masters and all variants, they're all different ones. They're just badass choppers. They just chop. They, you know, they don't have the most comfortable handle. They're not the most ergonomic, but they freaking work. They work good. They do chop. They're designed for outdoor use, and outdoor use they do. So that's 5, 4. This is the number 3. Number 3 is one you guys haven't seen on the channel very much lately. The Svord von Temsky. I mean, look at this freaking thing. It is a moose. Let's compare it to this guy. Like, that's sitting next to the Trail Master. It's huge. It's got huge, thick stock. Both these do. Thick stock. I mean, here's your Becker with the 3/16. There's no comparison. This thing's just a moose of a chopper. But it has limitations because it has this low kind of saber grind like the Ontario SB10, but it's more of a convex, and it just seems to work just a little bit better, especially because it's just so much heavier and so much thicker. This thing does kind of want to pop out a little bit, but it has so much weight to where it just keeps pushing through. It's a fantastic chopper, but it's not my best chopper, surprisingly, and it's probably my largest overall knife. Number 2 on this list is something that everybody should own, an SE Jungless. Screwed up on that one. Now, lengthwise, these two are probably very similar overall, but this guy and this guy, it's no competition. This one is heftier, but this one's also slower, and because of the wedge grind here, it doesn't bite as deep. It kind of pushes its way through. This guy, on the other hand, just bites. Anybody who's ever had an SE Jungless and compared it to any other knife, they will know these things are just fantastic freaking choppers. It is a great knife, excellent warranty, and one hell of a chopper with a very generous handle, very comfortable. Awesome knife, and just will out chop any of these on here all day long. And number 1, probably not going to surprise anybody who has big choppers. It's a kukri. This is the Ontario Kukri 1095. This is the older version. There's no comparing. Kukris just have that power that you can see. I've chopped with it a lot. They just have that forward heft that just, when you hit them in the sweet spot, it just sinks. This knife will hands down out chop the Jungless, the Sword, the Trailmaster, and the K-Bar all day long. And they're just good choppers. They kind of suck for other things, but I mean, if you're just talking about just pure chopping power, you just can't beat a kukri. It just is what it is. Now, I'm talking about on knives that I have, so there's probably knives out there that will kick this kukri's ass when it comes to chopping. I don't have them, so don't put it in the comments. But anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching.